I need to change first. Ah. That is the hazard of not wearing clothes that people are expecting you to wear. Emma! Am I interrupting? No, of course not. Alright, we've got some interludes with, this child whose name I've forgotten. Today you look much happier. Today I am happier, Nicole. Ah, it's Nicole. How are you? The same. I am always the same. Have your parents returned? No, they've gone on to Sweden. Nicole! It is time for your history lesson! History. Actually, is Nicole... in the first episode, there was the gentleman we talked to on the phone, who was looking after a young child, but couldn't take care of the girl and his shop, and sent the girl somewhere. I want to say back to her parents, but the problem was her parents traveled a lot. So I'm wondering now that I've made this connection, if this is that same child. That would be neat. History. I hate history. It never changes. Oh, there's that word. There she goes. Nicole! Days later, I encouraged that gentleman to call Nicole, if it is Nicole. I wonder if he did. Where can I find the next piece of the puzzle? Probably not in my apartment. This is changed to a meal. Cafe, work at the library, the market. You know, I didn't go to the library as Emil. Let's see what happens if I go to the library as Emil. Do. Walking. Walking. It's kind of a neat little thing, but it's kind of also what? Time consuming. Hugo the librarian, my desk. Leave the library, forest to bookshelves. That's the row for books on chemistry. Have you heard the one about a chemist who was reading a book about helium? He just couldn't put it down. Ah. That's the row for books on physics. What is the name of the first electricity detective? Electricity detective? Sherlock Holmes! Oh. I guess really bad puns are just a staple of people who work at the library. Oh, no, I already did this one. Have I done this one? Yeah. That's the row for books on biology. What do you call a fish that operates on brains? A neurosturgeon! Oh, I was going for some sort of a zombie. Anatomy of Lumbricidae. Lumbricidae? I'm not exactly sure. Beyond Good and Evil. What a good game. I don't... The Kaiser's Hofkapelle Singnaben. The 91 Principles of Cataloging? Okay, so we can look at rows over here, but over here it's just jokes, I guess. Hugo the Librarian. Rendidzek. Always messing with my system. Excuse me? Yes, what is it? I was wondering whether you have the book dot dot dot. Do you have something from or about dot dot dot? How are you today? I'm just browsing. How are you today? Fine. But my colleague, I wish she didn't mess with my system all the time. Very careless. Maybe I can help? I don't think so. Unless you can see how the system is supposed to work. It all seems random. It's not random. Just increase the numbers to 6? Then start counting at 0 again. What? Yeah, that's kind of... I don't even know what that means. Go ahead. I'm sure it's right. Really? Goodness gracious. It makes much more sense. Thank you, Air. Shell. My pleasure, Hugo. How did you know? Ah, well, no matter. Have a good day, Air Shell. You too. Huh. My, I mean, the librarian's desk. Why are you saying that out loud? I get that I clicked on it, but why are you saying it out loud? Ah, Air Shell, how can I help you? I was wondering whether you have the book Every Week a Problem, Elusive Epsilon, Tricky Trigonometry. I don't know the benefit of getting any of these. Let's get Tricky Trigonometry? I'm sorry. We don't have that one. It's complicated. Anything else? Is it worth bothering with all of these? Elusive Epsilon? Yes, we have it. But unfortunately, I can't seem to find it at the moment. Anything else? Alright, we'll do the last book. Every Week a Problem? 52 mind-bending problems for the mathematical mind? We had it, but unfortunately it's Lent. Anything else? Do you have something from or about a Robert Koch, a Karl Weierstrass? A Robert Koch? Koch? Let me look that up for you. Ah, yes. We have a copy of The Etiology of Tuberculosis, a short article Koch published in the Berlin Clinical Weekly. Thank you. I'll just quickly skim through if that's all right. Of course. So, Robert Koch is a physician and microbiologist. Oh, for his groundbreaking research on tuberculosis. He received the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Got an achievement in medical expertise. I don't know why I looked that up, unless it had to do with my father? Do you have something from or about a Karl Weierstrass? Well, let me look that up for you. I have several works by and about him. The ones most often lent by us is Theory of Able Functions. What is it about? Well, I'm not an expert on maths, but it seems to be about some kind of analytical functions. Interesting. I might borrow it another time. Certainly. Do you have any works mention? Do any of the works mention a lady student of his? One moment. Surprisingly, yes. A woman named Sofia Overleviskaya. Anything else? Yep, let's see if you've got it. Well, let me look that up for you. I only found one rather recent newspaper article about her. Here you go. Oh, an obituary. Sofia Kovalevskaya, aged 41 years. That's pretty young. First female professor of mathematics. Beloved mother and sister. Died Tuesday morning of influenza. First female professor of mathematics. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else I want here, but yeah, never mind. I'm just browsing. Have a good day. Alright. That's that, I guess. Um, hmm. Change into Emma. Let's go back to the library. Oh, why did I end up at the apartment again? Alright, we'll wait for Emma to walk across town. Oh, I went back to the apartment to change. That makes sense. Alright now, Emma. Concentrate. Every change occurs over time. So, to preserve a state in that change, I need to know why it's happening. I need to know how it's changing. I need to slow it down? I don't think you need to slow it down. I guess you need to know how it's changing, or you need to know why it's happening. If you know why something is happening, I think maybe this one. If you know how it's changing, I mean, these are both important. The how and the why, I think both could get you here. It's a good thought, but I'm missing something else. Alright, try something else. To preserve a state in a change, do you have Freud's jokes and their relation to the unconscious? Yes, of course. It should be in the psychology section. What about, oh yes. 3 essays on the theory of sexuality. I can't tell if he's hitting on her or just embarrassed. On the theory of what? The sex book? There's a waiting list for that one. Alright, this is where I can't interpret things well enough to understand what's going on here. Is he hitting on her and these are flirting? Or is he asking and she's teasing? And then so okay, I don't know. Let's just on the theory of what? Sexuality? There's a waiting list for that one. May I have your name? My name? Oh, he's embarrassed. Okay. Oh. Never mind. I should try another approach. To preserve a state in a change, I need to know why it's happening. I guess is my other preferred answer here. If I do this, No, that's too general. Alright, try something else. To preserve a state in a change... Well, there's only one choice left, but I guess we get to help another person. How are you today, Frau Ricknigzik? Haltby! Herr Wittgenstein. I heard about your father. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. You're back from Manchester. What can I do for you? Thank you. You're back from Manchester? Only for a few days. I wanted to return Russell's Principles of Mathematics and Frege's Grundgesetze der Arithmetik. Were they helpful? I've only read Frege's book. At first I believed the books were in conflict. While I was in England, I studied them again and again. I almost gave up on them. It wasn't until crossing the Channel, after putting both books down for a while, that I began to see the commonalities. If only I could find the right words to describe to you what that felt like. If you don't know how to talk about it, oh, I'll manage. I have to get back to work. I'm not sure what "oh, I'll manage" means. Or maybe it means I'll understand what you mean. Oh, I'll manage. Don't worry about me. Very well. Good day to you. Good day, Herr Wittgenstein. Oh, maybe not. The change in his thinking came from observations? At first he was too close. But then... he changed his perspective. So this is going to be the distance element, perhaps? When did Ludwig see the commonalities between the two books? When he was still in Manchester, on the ferry across the Channel, after returning to Vienna. Was it while he was crossing, or was it after he crossed? Definitely wasn't while he was still in Manchester. Let's just say on the ferry? That's it! His change of mind came about in the few hours between Dover and Calais. The change can only be observed in a certain time frame. Huh. Locus observandi. I need to go home and write this down. Alright, let's go home and write this down. I was going to click on more stuff, but I can go home and write down my new idea. Yeah. I think we got what we were going for there. Pardon me. I'm looking for an address. Salvatore Gas 23. Am I headed in the right direction? Yes, you are. The building is just there. You know someone who lives there? Yes, my niece Nicole. Oh, are you the guy we talked to on the phone? I was totally right then. Ah, I know her. She's my upstairs neighbor, in fact. She is my friend. Oh, these are two very different answers, actually. I think we'll do this. She is my friend. I try to spend as much time with her as I can. That is very kind of you, madame. I'm so glad Nicole has a friend. Thank you. Please tell me, how is she? We're friends now. Is she happy? Yes, for the most part. To be honest, no. You are her uncle, you say? To be honest, no. My sister and her husband travel a great deal. Are they looking after her? I have never seen them. She is alone much of the time. Her governess yells at her like a sergeant in the army. I have never seen them. I think this answers the question. Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I must see her. See what I can do. Thank you. Of course. Let's go. I like how the food ends up here. Outside, what do we get? The whole world is full of math. What a surprise await me today. Mirror? Hello, Emma. Yep. Go out as a meal. Chair? Nothing. Oh, because I don't have the clothes sitting on it. Blackboard! Let's write down what we figured out. Wittgenstein's thinking changed. Uh, we got the question marks midpoint. I don't know what that is. I feel like this was in line with what was happening there, as it was like an en route thing. He observed the change in a given time frame. A change can only be observed in a given time frame. Of course, I can only see a falling leaf while it is still falling. Time to impress the radius. Oh, really? Axiom 1, Axiom 2. Every change occurs over time. A change can only be observed in a given time frame. Makes much more sense looking at it this way. Do you really want to go impress the radius? I guess maybe they could still give us some help, but I didn't find them very helpful the previous time we were out. Eventually that Nicole child is going to see us leaving as Emil, I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, if we're going to see the radius, we need to go to the cafe. Good day. Whew. The average age in here. A stern-looking man. Another fabulous moustache. It's a bit chilly today. Lucky me, my suit is padded. I think we already got that one. I wish I had such a magnificent beard. Uh-huh. Yes? Oh, I accidentally clicked on the... You have to excuse me. I'm very busy right now. Okay. I didn't really mean to click on you anyway. Trying to come over here. What do we got going on now? The Euler method only works up to a certain point. Nonsense! You probably just made a mistake somewhere. Why, you? Again, no one can solve the problem. Ah, Shell. Why don't you try your luck with this week's problem? Zoller is making them harder every week. Well, of course. So, get to it. Alright. Snore. Huh. Shell! Surely you can solve the problem on your own. Fine. Let's see. We're trying to find correlations between primes. Numerology? Not my strong suit. Oh. I don't know. 19. Why does it go out there? Why does it go out there? What is happening? It stops doing anything there. Okay, so we have 3 lines. Are these... like, even distances between things? Is that what I'm looking at? Why do we have... I don't know. Let's just see what this is. There's something here. Ah! Sometimes these straight lines appear almost as if the numbers have a certain pattern to them. Interesting. I think they do. He's got it. If I extrapolate, is that a new method to find primes? It looks conclusive. So again, gentlemen, our guest from Berlin triumphs. The luck of the Germans is with him. Nonsense, our colleague has a gift. That is clear. I agree. It's quite remarkable. Gentlemen. It is only in your company that I flourish. Is he trying to ridicule us? No, you misunderstand. He might have already. You just didn't notice. I assure you. From the hospital, sir. Gentlemen, you must excuse me. Something happened at the hospital. Herr Shell, would you like to join me outside? Some shocker tort and coffee, perhaps? Oh, soccer. Sugar. My treat. Certainly. Ha! I solved it. I haven't gotten to talk to these fellows yet. Shell, how goes your research? It's really more of a hypothesis, Nick. In fact, I seem to have made some progress. Well, let's hear it. Let him finish! I can't keep a consistent voice to save my life with these people. It doesn't help that I can't figure out who's talking. Change in behavior always occurs over time. This is a rule I am certain of. Aha! Well, that seems quite the universal claim. I agree, yet you replace time by any other parameter. It underscores the meaning of occurrence, Nick. But it all seems a bit generic. Where are you going with this? Indeed, however, worm, a general rule is needed upon which to base the remaining axioms. This certainly defines change. You've certainly changed your tune. Okay. What did the triangle say to the circle? You're so pointless. Alright, that fellow is not a, oh. Zoller's butt in Brendan's seat. I see we've identified the butt owner. My god! What is it? A new theory? Oh, no. It's nothing. Oh. How disappointing. That is an impressive buttock imprint. Okay. Change is all around me. I just need to keep an open mind. Where did my friend get to? Look, it's our artist person! He seems busy drawing something. I don't want to intrude. Am I gonna get invited to an apartment? In this scene? To get drawn? What was that all about? Back in the radius. Zoller's sister is terminally ill with tuberculosis. I am truly sorry to hear that. My father died of it. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Father always encouraged me, believed in me. I became a mathematician because of him. I'm glad he did. I got to meet you because of him. I am intrigued by your notions of change. States of change and collapse, such states. I admit, I'm struggling with it. I might have bitten off more than I can chew. I don't think so. Just wait until we get our cake. And I'll show you what it looks like to bite off more than one can chew. Cake. If you really feel that way. I probably shouldn't mention it, but this is Zoller's field too. But he is a proud man, and may be disinclined to help. I believe he's beginning to consider you a rival. You might try Elrich. He has done some similar work. Every time I approach him, I find him asleep. Ha ha ha! Yes, he does enjoy his afternoon naps. A difficult wall to breach. Would you look at my equations? I would value your opinion. If you like. But I assure you this is outside my expertise. Thank you, Nenner. You are a good friend. Here it goes. Gentlemen, please pardon the intrusion. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Franz McCurt. The artist? Sir, this is an honor. What can we do for you? About your friend here. Shell. Emile Shell. You must forgive me. But I have been studying you from across the room. Oh? The layers of you are contradictory somehow. Layers? Contradictory? Not at war with one another, but the duality. Changing. At first I thought one thing, but later I saw another in conflict with the first. Changing, you say? I must paint you. Well, I think I would be honored is what was said in the original scene. I don't know what happens if you say it's impossible. That feels like a time, not a time loop. It feels inconsistent. I would be honored. Excellent! You present a challenge I have never faced before. But I promise you, I will capture you. My workshop is at Hollenstrasse 10. Please come at your earliest convenience. Gentlemen, pray continue your luncheon. In the beginning, he thought differently about me. Then in the end, I must leave now. Go along. I might just help myself to another piece of shocker tort. I don't know why I put an H there. I need to go home and write this down. He seems to be contemplating whether or not to order another piece of cake. I don't even see the, wasn't the... I think it was across the river before where the, painter was. It's much too hot in here dressed like this. Change into Emma. Blackboard. The painter. When he first observed me, he thought one thing, but then he changed his mind. Yeah, I think, I don't know what that is. Is this... This is like a start point and an end point being different? This is an initial point and then a change partway through? I don't know what level of significance where the two are is. Then he changed his mind. I mean, you've got... I mean, this is on the way to change. This is... Okay, we're just... Yes. Every change has an origin and a destination state. The falling leaf starts still attached to its branch, and just a few moments later it rests on the ground. Finally, I can build a relation between these states in my theory. Yes. It's starting to come together. I can feel it. Now. To meet the painter, but not like this. That's better. Later, at the artist's workshop. Yeah, we ran away from this. Changing. You see far too much, sir. Interesting. Okay. A few hours later. Whew. That did not go as I had hoped.